We human beings are such a stubborn species that we usually only learn from mistakes. And sometimes the mistakes are our own, and sometimes we learn by the mistakes of others. And I just want to say in the beginning of this video that I don't want to be this negative person who tries to say that these negative things are okay or somehow good. I just want to make the point that all these things, these horrible things happening in the world, wars, pandemics, you name it, they all are here for a big reason. If you take a look at the news, there's mostly just negative events, and there's so much fear going on that if you live by that reality, you'd think that the world is crashing down, the world is burning up. But I have a different perspective of it, and I think there's a really good reason why all these things happened. From one perspective, it's the oldest trick in the book. It's divide and conquer. That's like the whole point of putting out this propaganda and this negative fear based news and narratives. But on the other hand, we cannot wake up as a collective if the news and the negativity don't go to this ridiculous level that people will start to see like, wow, this can't even be true anymore. And I think we're getting closer to that level. And when the masses wake up to all this weird bullshit going on about the way news are presented and the way fear is the main driver and negativity, when we wake up and realize that, wow, maybe this is the reason why they are keeping us on a low level. Once we realize that we let go of the fear, we step into our own courage, we decide not to participate in that, we may observe it, but we don't get emotionally entangled in news and politics and all these different events, wars, whatever, we become free. And when we step into that potential mode, we also start to create a new reality. We start to create a better world. So the whole point with this video is to make you realize that all these negative things that are happening at the moment, they are there for a reason. And on the other side of that, there's going to be a new world that we can't even imagine yet, but it's going to be so much better. And once you step into that belief system and that knowing that all these struggles and sufferings are there for the reason to elevate humanity, elevate consciousness to the next level so we can actually thrive and not fight each other all the time, that's when we start to actually create that reality. And the more people jump on this train, the faster we're going to create that new reality. The only point with this video is to check yourself. If you're reading news, if you're chatting with a friend, with a colleague, and they try to implement fear on you, and the conversation or the news or whatever tries to trigger a fear response in you, that should ring a bell. That should be the sign, oh, now they're trying to divide. Because the more people stay divided, the more you can control it. The more we unite, we let go of fear, we get into courage, to love, to joy, peace, the control is over. This is just a quick reminder to actually feel in your body, what is this message giving me? Is it giving me fear, or is it giving me courage or love or excitement? And follow that. Because when I changed to not believing in the fear propaganda, not going with anything that triggers negative emotions in me, my life changed. And it's such an easy thing. You start to lead with your emotions and you avoid those things that trigger negative emotions and you choose something better. I stopped watching the news like 4 or 5 years ago. I can go and watch a few times in a year and I have the same reaction. It's like, oh, are people still really believing this? Because when you step out of that, you can't believe what they're saying and what they're portraying. It's just like, where does this information even come from? So question yourself and what you look and check your feelings. How does that information make you feel? And choose your heart, lead with love, and just ignore those things that try to make more fear in the world because when we choose differently, they lose their power.